What's going on, people, and welcome to another Premier League predictions for game week 8. It feels like we've had ages since football because of everything that's been going on with the postponements. Some of the games are not going ahead. Manchester United one is not going ahead now, which I'm annoyed about, and also the Chelsea game as well. They're picking and choosing what ones they want to start and what ones they don't want to play. Like, it's a joke. It is a joke, and ultimately certain fans are going to suffer because now we've got to try and squeeze games in when we've got international breaks coming up as well, and then the World Cup's here. So it's not very well done again. I think it's a bit of a joke that any games got postponed in the first place anyway. But game week 8 is finally here. First up, Friday. Kicks off earlier this week. 2 games on Friday at 8 o'clock. The first one, Aston Villa versus Southampton. And I've gone with a 2-1 home win to Aston Villa. I think they're both desperate for points. Villa a little bit more so than Southampton. And I think that they will get 3 points in this because they're going to have to start showing some fight and some hunger. And Gerrard will expect that at the very minimum. And I think that being at home, I think that they'll grind it out with the fans behind them. So I'm going to go 2-1 Villa. And then the next game, Friday night as well, 8 o'clock, same time, kick-off, Nottingham Forest versus Fulham. Both teams newly promoted, obviously. Fulham started a lot better than I thought they would. And Forest not started as well as I thought they would. So it's going to be interesting. I prefer Forest, but I've actually gone with Fulham in this one because of how they've both started. I think Mitrovic is on form. And Forest, they're going to have to be at it even though they're at home because Fulham are full of confidence and on a better run. So I've gone for a 2-1 away win to Fulham. Going into Saturday's games, 12:30 kick-off, we've got Wolves versus Man City. I've gone for a 2-1 away win to Man City. I think it'll be probably one goal that decides it, even though City have got a lot better team on paper and just depth. I think Wolves are hard to play against, even if they're not scoring a ton of goals, they're hard to break down. So I think City will do just about enough. I think they might even get a late winner in it. So I'm going to go 2-1 to Man City. And then 3 o'clock, we got Newcastle versus Bournemouth. I've gone with a 2-0 home win to Newcastle in this one. Bournemouth started better than I thought they would as well. But Newcastle going all right at the moment. I think they will have a better season this year than last. And I think they've started that way this season. So I see them carrying that on. I've gone for a 2-0 home win to Newcastle. 5:30 kick-off on Saturday as well. Tottenham Hotspur versus Leicester. I've gone with a 3-1 win to Tottenham. I think they're more in form than Leicester are. Leicester are desperate for points, so maybe they can get something from the game. But being at Tottenham, I think it's going to be tough for them. I don't think they've got the firepower. And defensively, I don't think they're good enough. And I think Kane, Son, who you can name it now, they got loads. They got Perisic, Richarlison, Kulusevski. The list goes on. So a lot of attacking threat at Tottenham, and I think that they will have enough firepower to get through that and get the 3 points. 3-1 Tottenham for me. And then into Sunday's games, guys, we got 2. One at 12 o'clock, one at 2:15. Into the 12 o'clock kickoff, we got Brentford versus Arsenal. And I think Brentford are going to be the first team, other than United, to make Arsenal drop points. But I've gone with a draw. I've gone with a 2-2 draw, lots of goals, and I think it could be quite a fiery encounter as well. So Brentford on form a lot at the moment, and I love watching them. And Arsenal, obviously, really good start to the season, only lost 1 game. But I think Brentford will hold them to something. So I've gone with a point for each in this, 2-2. And then lastly, for this game week, guys, 2:15 kickoff, Everton versus West Ham. Everton desperate for points, as are West Ham. Moyes is in danger at the moment with how it's going. I'm surprised at how badly they've started, West Ham. And Everton continuing on their struggles from last year. But I can see them getting something in this game. They're at Goodison Park. It's a hard place to go to. One of the hardest in the league, I think. And the crowd can really get at you if you're the opposing team, let alone the home team. So I've gone with a 1-0 narrow 3 points for Everton in this one. That is it for this game week predictions for me, guys. Let me know yours in the comments. And before I go, 2,000 subscribers by the 1st of December. But let's get there before that. I can only do it with your help, guys. Make sure you're subscribed and the notifications are switched on. And before I go, what are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? I'll catch you on the next one.